the manufacturer need to send the sample to the BIS approved lab and get it tested in the BIS certified lab. After test report is received, you to need to apply for inclusion to the BIS along with the application documents. It will take 1 month after test report is issued. The next is the posting part of the BIS license. The BIS application fees, this is 1000. BIS inspection audit charges per man day 7,000. BIS annual marking fees 1 year is 48,000. It varies as per different Indian standard. License fees is 1,000. BIS pre-sample testing. This is 15,000 approximate. It also varies as per the different Indian standards. BIS post-audit sample testing fees is 15,000. It varies as per different Indian standards. All these government fees the manufacturer can pay directly to BIS. Now, this is the last one of this PPT. I hope the above is informative to you. If you require any additional information or you would like to ask any question, please contact us on the same. Thank you very much. I would like to request to Sinha sir, please take over.
Excuse me, can you just repeat that earlier slide, the charges?
Okay, sure sir. Okay.
Repeat it.
The BIS application fees is 1,000. BIS inspection fees per man is 7,000. BIS annual marking fees, for example, as per IS 1360 Part 1, that is for 48,000. So it varies as per different Indian standards. So this
excuse me.
Yes.
Is this a fees for the single product? If you are testing fees, you have mentioned the 15,000 approximately.
Yes.
That is for the per sample, right?
Yes, this is the per sample testing fees.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
very
I would like to intervene. This 48,000 is the annual marking fee. That is the what we call, I should say, minimum marking fee. It is not the sample testing fee. The testing charges fee and other things only at the time of grant of license. But just you should understand that 48,000 is the license fee. If you hold the license for a year and do produce the quantities which fall within the minimum marking range, you will be charged 48,000 rupees.
No, but that the product 48,000. See, we are having a variety of products. So
Yes.
we are manufacturing. So suppose I am having the say 50 or 100 parts as per this standard.
Yes, I will clarify. This is for one IS. Within one IS, there may be hundreds of products.
Okay, that's what I would like to get a clarity.
Yes.
Okay.
So even if you are manufacturing hundreds, you will be charged against. This is only for one against one IS. Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't matter so many varieties.
No
Yes.
problem. That's I want the detailed clarity on that particular
Yes.
commercial. Okay.
Very good.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Any other query on this marking aspect? And these testing charges of 15,000 rupees usually is only at the time of grant of license. As you heard Renu saying that if you apply under simplified procedure, so you have to get your sample tested prior to applying to BIS from BIS approved lab. So approximately, depending on your product, it may be 15,000, it may be 12,000 or something like that, but roughly something around that one-time testing charge you have to submit.
I have a doubt. Can I clarify?
Yes.
Yeah. What about the charges for overseas suppliers?
Say overseas suppliers, these are charges for the domestic suppliers.
Yes.
Domestic manufacturers, I should say. But if you are an importer,
Yes.
if you are an importer, then you are importing from some different countries for the same product.
Exactly.
And BIS provides certification license to only manufacturer, not the importers.
Yes.
So in that case, the manufacturing unit outside India will have to apply for the grant of license, and then the procedure will be same. You have to apply to the BIS, giving what against which IS number you are applying, and then you have to pay the fees and other things. Of course, the fee structure will change in terms of some, maybe some dollars or something like that, to keep at the rate of international pattern, but the procedure will remain same. But only thing is that in case of foreign manufacturers, we do not permit simplified procedure. The normal procedure will be required. That is, you have to apply first with all documentation, then this visit shall be paid to the unit wherever it is located, and then sample will be drawn and other verification will be done at the plant, and that sample will be brought to India. That sample will be tested in BIS certified lab. That should pass, and after passing, the license will be granted to the foreign manufacturer. And
Okay.
therefore, you may say that time lag required for a foreign manufacturer is slightly more because of the visa and requirement of going and coming, something like that. But for domestic, the time requirement is very simple. For a simplified procedure, the time requirement is 1 month. If you apply today, and if the documents are in order, you will get the license within 1 month. This is under simplified procedure. And under normal procedure, usually 3 months are the maximum time for you to get the license.
So one more question on that commercials. This is Mangesh. A testing fee, pre-testing fee of the sample, that is 15,000 is the per sample you are charging.
Yeah, again, I'll clarify this. I can understand your query because you are manufacturing varieties
Yeah.
of types under one Indian standard. This is what you mean to say. There are various types and size and grades and thicknesses and other things. So what BIS has done, they have made groups of products. For example, if you are making a M12 nuts and bolts, okay, one size of nuts and bolts, and from M12 to M64, for example. So there may be 20, 30 or 40 varieties and sizes of the nuts and bolts within this range. So for getting a license of the entire range, you need not give a sample of each and every product. So what has been done, a product grouping guidelines has been prepared, in which the smallest size, one intermediate size, and the end size,
Okay, got it.
is taken, and that is to be tested. Then if they are conforming, then entire range, whether it be of 20 pieces, 30 pieces, or 100 pieces, they are granted license just to within
Suppose that
that.
means we are manufacturing from, suppose say M2 to M18 or M22. We have to submit only one sample, and whatever the range you have mentioned just now, that will be applicable for the entirely range, right?
Entire range. You're not one. You will have to the lowest size you are manufacturing, and the highest size that you are manufacturing.
Okay, that's a great input you have given.
Yes.
And one more input I would like to get a clarity from your side. See, suppose if you are manufacturing as per the customer specific drawing, some of the parts,
Yes.
which may be treated as it is not treated in a higher standard or this thing. So whether those parts will be also applicable this BIS certification?
You see, the standard specify a preferable size and non-preferred size. If you read the standard, so there are it depends on the relevant standard. The standard says the preferred size is this. There are many standards which say these are the sizes and these are the tolerances on these sizes. Now there are some standard which permit other than these sizes also. So as per the customized requirement of the customer, and other, if a standard is permitting other than these sizes, then a standard will also give you the tolerance requirement of those things in terms of percentage. If you are having this thing, then the plus will be this much, minus will be this thing. That tolerance is there. So whatever be your customized product requirement, you will have to fall within that specified tolerance. Now there may be some standard which does not permit any sizes other than what has been specified in the standard.
Mhm.
Then in that case, any other size, if you are producing, then it is not covered under the quality control order.
Exactly. That's what I'd like to get the clarity, because
Yes,
most of the product what we are manufacturing as per customer specific drawings.
yes.
So I don't think so. It comes under the BIS certification, or it is a mandatory BIS certification from that.
It may come. We will have to verify the specific customer design. Now, for example, if a customer is asking you to prepare M20
Mhm.
with a pitch size or thread size of this much,
Mhm.
and which is also covered in the standard, and then but it is for the different grade, or that pitch is for some other higher sizes or something like that.
Mhm.
So their requirement of pitches and other things will have a tolerance applicable to what is applicable in that size range.
Mhm.
You understand? So you can still accept the customer order and prepare according to them, but the tolerance requirement and other things will be applicable as given in the standard. But it depends on the customer size also, because the standard cannot permit you to go for any sizes. Otherwise it will have some safety requirements in nuts and bolts, which are, for example, a long elongated nuts and bolts may not be able to bear that stress or shear stress or tensile stress for which it is meant to be if you elongate it beyond a specified length. So it depends on the requirement. If the standard permits, fine. If a standard does not permit, certainly, and then you are manufacturing those requirements are as per the customer, then yes, it is not covered under the quality control order.
What are the small understanding after the notification what we have received? I believe at present the government of India is restricted only for the standard fastener. What are the small knowledge we have? So that's why I wanted more clarity from your side.
Yes, that clarity will be obtained once you provide us your various sizes and IS against which you are manufacturing, and
Mhm.
what are your usual requirement. We can have a consultation, and then we
Okay.
can tell you whether your sizes are covered under this standard or under this quality control order or not, whether you should fall under this or not. You understand? And
Okay.
if there are some other technical clarifications, we can get it done through BIS also. We have a technical committee, and we can go and discuss there, or we can seek their clarification whether this item is covered or not. So, as I can see right now, that as per the quality control order, it order says M5 to M64.
Hmm.
That size, under this size, and under this size, all requirements of the shape and other things are covered. For example, these are, if you will look into the quality control order, it talks about the hexagonal size.
Hmm.
Hexagonal head bolts and nuts. Now, if your customer is asking or for octagonal nuts and bolts, octagonal, not hexagonal, so naturally it is not covered. The quality control order does not cover octagonal.
Mhm.
So,
That's why I need some clarity.
yes, it is not covered.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Excuse me, Sinha sir, can I ask you one clarification, please?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, the chart of BIS talks about the hexagonal nuts, bolts, and screws.
Yes.
And we are into the import of screws which are having other heads, like flat head, like pan head, like modified truss head. Of these heads, will these heads will be covered by BIS certification, or it is exempted?
Certainly, as I told you, if the product is not having a standard, Indian standard, for which has been listed, I think there are 17 or 18 in number.
Yes.
And if the product is not covered by these standards, and you are importing certain nuts and bolts which are other
sir.
of these,
Specifically screws.
not covered. They are not covered.
They're not covered. Yes.
But a NOC, or rather clarification from the concerned ministry and or BIS, needs to be obtained by you, or for that what we call NOC requirement, that yes, we are obtaining this, importing this material from this country.
Yes.
And then kindly let us know whether this is covered. We can write to BIS and along with your pictorial presentation of the product and other things, or BIS will reply you, or if they need, they can write to the line ministry who have issued the quality control order, or they can tell you technically also whether this product is covered under this standard or not, and they will reply you. And based on their NOC or whatsoever, if it is not covered, you can import the product without BIS standard mark.
Thank you, sir. That
Yeah,
clarifies me.
one more thing, sir. For that, all the technical details, what kind of data you require? That we need a more clarification.
On these technical details, what kind of data you require for getting this NOC, something like that?
Yeah.
Say data is only technical data required is against which specific. For example, you see the stainless steel tower bolts or stainless steel or high strength steel bolts, they are covered. Okay. And if you are procuring the same other than a stainless steel, if you look into this standard other than a stainless steel or something, so what data required is your specification against which you are procuring the license, your specification, and also the product, the technical specification, and how it is different from other things. If you see this, for example, if you see the quality control order, they are saying 3790 high strength structural bolt. And high strength structural, we will have to read this standard 3790. And what are the requirements if you are getting high strength structural bolts which are having of a grade or something other thing other than what has been specified in this standard, and that product is not covered. So your data is you have to give the technical product specification that you are importing from that country. That's all, and then you have to apply for this.
Okay. Okay. Got it, sir. Got it. Okay. Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Sriram.
Please.
Hello. Sorry, my name is Rajesh. I'm calling from Daichi Fastener, Neemrana.
Yes.
Sir, we are making one bolt M8 into 1.25 size for Maruti Suzuki. So,
Okay.
as per the
4.5.
M8 into 1.25.
Okay, 1.5. Okay.
So, as per your standard range, we are falling in this category for 1364 part 1 also.
Yes.
Hexagonal headboard. But the point is here, the shank dia and across flat of my customer design, it is not matching with the BIS standard. For example, if I take the example of across flat, my across flat is I think 13 point. There is around a difference of 1 millimeter between the BIS and my drawing.
Okay.
So in that condition, how to proceed? Can you please guide?
Well, it's, same. My reply will remain same. First, you will have to see the standard, whether the standard permits anything other than length which has been given in the standard. Firstly, and if it permits, then what shall be the tolerance on these lengths? As you are saying, there will be a difference of 1 mm or 2 mm, something larger they're asking. So in that case, what shall be the additional tolerance required for that customer requirement, provided the standard permits that? Secondly, in case you have such thing requirement for from your, maybe automobile industry or something else.
Yeah, it is automotive.
Yes. Then in that case, you will have to get it clarified from the bureau whether this type of product is covered under QCO or not. Because the standard, we'll have to see the standard whether a size other than what is given in the standard requirement is covered or not. If it is not covered, we give you an NOC that yes, your product is not covered under this system.
So we have to obtain an NOC in that condition?
Pardon?
So we have to obtain a NOC in that condition, or we can proceed as normal?
No, yeah. See, you can still get your thing certified with BIS license, but if your customer require, see, you are producing as per 1363 part one, no doubt. Okay,
Here also one mismatch actually
and
1363 part 1.
you are also manufacturing other than these standards. Fine.
Correct.
So you should get a license because you may get order as per this standard also, exactly as per standards also. You should make this standard, get a license, and whenever a customer order deviating from these standards you are receiving, then you can supply them without a BIS standardization, provided you get a letter from bureau that this particular range of product is not covered under this standard. That's all.
So we can approach to Bureau BIS for that clarification.
Yes, yes, you
Uh,
can approach to bureau or you can approach Aleph India. They will get the work done on your behalf with a
okay.
communication from the bureau.
I understand. So there are many dimensions which are very clearly mismatching with the BIS as per our customer drawing, like shank die and other dimensions.
Yes.
I have a
And the
question.
last, sorry, just last one point. 1363 are part 1, part 2, and part. They are only referring to category C, grade C fasteners.
Yes.
And grade C is referring to thread tolerance 8G, G for Goa, 8G.
Yeah.
So, like our company is making thread rolling size in the category 6G.
Mhm.
So, there also we find a mismatch between our drawing and the BIS 1363, all three parts.
Mhm.
There also, I think this mismatch we can consider.
Yes, again that clarification is required because G and other things are the tolerance requirement if I correctly remember.
Okay.
So tolerance requirements of the thread pitch and all these distances, technical dimensions. So these dimensions are covered this thing. But if you read the standard, for example, the grade C is covered for
Right.
1363 part the grade C, and
Uh-huh.
grade A and B is also covered as per 1364 part
64.
1.
Correct.
And if you are getting or manufacturing any grade other than these A, B, and C,
Mhm.
so those things are not covered. There is no standard for that. Therefore, you can go without BIS certification.
Hello.
Understand.
I have a
Okay.
question.
Thank you.
Hi, sir. Rohan from Panbase Resources Private Limited.
Yeah.
Actually, my question is in order, uh, and there is a point two compulsory use of standard mark, and there is a third point provided further that nothing in this order shall apply to goods or article imported as part of any finished goods or sub-assembly or component. So we
Yes.
are a merchant trader and importer.
Uh,
So as an importer, like notification itself says that we don't require any BIS certification.
no. You please read. You please read the standards. It is very clear that if you are importing any material,
Yes.
and if your import intention is to manufacture and export it to some different country, then you do not require certification.
But you can sir read point number three
Point
in
number three. Okay.
Actually, it's point number two. The
two.
last sentence in that, if you read,
Hmm.
Point number two, line number three.
provided further that nothing in this order shall apply to the goods or articles imported as a part of any finished goods or sub-assembly or component.
Uh-huh. Provided further that nothing in this order shall apply to goods or articles imported as part of any finished good or sub-assembly or component.
Yeah, actually, we are importing M6 hexagonal nuts. So,
Mhm.
in that case, like we are confused whether this BIS will be applicable to our supplier or no.
No. Here, see, the firstly is that provided that nothing in the order shall apply to goods or articles manufactured domestically for export. Okay, that is
Yeah,
that's one part.
that is
And
clear.
then provided further that nothing in this order shall apply to goods or articles imported as a part of any finished good, as a
Or,
part of any finished good
or
or
sub-assembly or component.
sub-assembly or component.
Yeah.
So it means it is not talking about the product. It is talking about the semi-finished or assembled product, semi-finished, something like that. It's
Mm.
not talking about you can import that one, the product which is semi-finished. If you see the spirit of this line as a part of any finished good or sub-assembly or component, and therefore, and if you are importing, but if you can still import and do some processing of the product and then sell it to some different country, no problem. uh, but if you are processing the product in India and intend to sell it in India, then you need to take the license.
Okay. All
Sir,
right.
Shinasan,
Question
for
regarding
example,
imports.
uh,
If I'm importing and that item is already meeting the requirements of or certified by BIS, not BIS, JIS, ASTM or European standards, do I still have to go for BIS standards?
Yes.
Assuming that BIS standard is a couple of steps below uh, ASTM standard for that particular product. Do I get an exemption or an NOC kind of a thing?
Yes. As I said you, even if your product is conforming to American standards, British standards, and other things, if you see these standards are also um, part of international standards. Some of the standards are also part of ISO standards. Now, if you are bringing the material as per different standards for use in India, and if it is falling within that product range, then they shall be covered. What shall be the intended use of the product? I will give you an example. I'll give you an example. For example, in India, cement has been made as a compulsory certification product. You are aware of it? Cement is used in various structural requirements of bridges, high-rise structures, and general load-bearing structures. Now, if you import the cement from China or Korea or maybe other country, and as per American standard or Australian standard, and bringing into India, so and you say that this standard we are meeting that requirement, then the moment your ship arrives in the port, the custom will ask you, what is this? You will say this is a cement. What is the end use? The end use is construction. Now, if you see cement quality control order, that will say that any cement, the product which is required for the construction machinery or construction use, used to be, so that will be decided. So end use of your tower bolts or nut bolts, hexagonal head bolts, what is going to be the end use? The end use is naturally a structural use, erection of a structural components and other, be it any. So in that case, it will be defined by the concerned IS. IS means that particular Indian standard. But again, as I said, if a specification is different, which is not covered in the Indian standard, in that case, you need to then you don't need then you need to take only NOC, I should say, but not the license.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Sina sir, I have one more question. Like you said, once we take the NOC, but when we are importing or exporting, that NOC has to present to the customs at every shipment, or
To the customs, if it is ISI marked, then it's not required. As you know, it is already ISI marked and meeting quality control order requirements. But if the product is not ISI marked, for example, it is something other than quality control order requirements, then you need to produce NOC for You need to produce NOC for each and every consignment. Yes.
Okay.
So, Shinadan, is there any chance to extend this implementation date? Because
That,
the time is very
that's a
short.
good question. That is a good question. But I tell you, see, recently, uh, 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 most of the time, as you said, most of the
Mm,
time, many quality control orders have been extended at the request of industry associations, at the request of many group consumers and purchasers and all that.
mhm,
I tell you that recently we had a meeting in this World Standards Day, which was on 14th of October itself. We had an interaction with the minister, very close interactions and other things. And this government is very much keen to ensure that quality control orders, once brought in, are exceptional circumstances should not be extended, because they are very clear about ensuring that India uses only quality
okay.
materials, and also they have a clear vision of Make in India programs or something which meets the requirements of perfect, safety of the public, safety of environment, and many other things. So I won't say that it cannot be extended. The July, I think 21st of January is for the large scale time, but still I will say the possibility is you can contact to the line ministry, because extension is not on BIS. The
Mhm.
concerned ministry who has brought in the quality control order, you can be in touch with them, and then they will let you know whether there is any move for that. But yes, your question is very true that for many quality control orders, we have received extensions for further 3 months,
Mhm.
or for further 6 months or 1 year, so like that. But I am not aware about this quality control order or this nut bolts and fasteners.
Okay, so my second question is that, sir, we are making brakes and we are having all the special category of parts, all special design part and proprietary parts, even the bolt and fasteners all. And I think the part identification is first step. We have to do the part identification because
Yes, yes,
we
you
are
have to do the
totally
first.
unclear.
In fact, I'm glad to say you that Aleph India undertakes this exercise. Why I am saying so? Because there are many items which you may not be technically, competent to check with the relevant standard whether your product meets this, is covered under this standard or not. Okay, so identification of the product itself is undertaken by Aleph India, and they will compare with the standard and also get a review confirmed from the either BIS or from the line ministry, and then let you know whether your product should get it certified, or you can get the product without. You can do the trading or selling without certification.
Okay, noted. Okay,
Yes.
Shinata, got it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Sir,
Yes,
continuing
sir.
with this, just a minute, sir. Continuing with Kamal, sir, this question.
Yeah.
So, I also ask you, what kind of data, if Aleph India is taking care of whether this part comes under the BS category or this thing, the
Yes.
in continuation with Mr. Kamal, sir, this thing, what kind of data we have to provide to the Aleph India so that we understand our product not comes under the BS category or our product comes under the BS category or not comes under the BS category. So that
Yes.
data, yeah.
Very. I think it is so simple. Your question contains the answer, because you are asking for a one IS, and you are producing nuts and bolts. And what else data is required? Your data will be what is your material, from what is the composition of the material, what is the material from which the item has been manufactured, and what is the structural dimensional size, and what is the end use for which we are manufacturers. Only this data, maybe some pictorial representation, maybe some dimensional requirement. I think will be you have to give it to this thing. This is the team, or if feel they will contact BIS for getting these things confirmed on getting the required letter issued, whether it is covered or not.
Okay, that's a great thing, sir. No problem. Okay,
Sir,
thanks.
Mr. Sinha?
one more question, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
In continuation of innovative fasteners, once the Aleph India gets us NOC certificate from the BIS, does this certificate from Aleph India, who is getting a BIS certification for NOC, is it have got some stipulated validity, or it is one-time certificate and we can use this certificate for all of our imports in the future?
Validity of its own. It will not. It will simply say that this product, as given here, is not covered under this quality control order.
Exactly, sir. I
So
understand.
yeah, that will have, there's no validity requirement. That product itself is required. The moment, every time you bring that product into India,
Yes.
you just show that this is the product. You can see show the invoice, show the requirement, and show your NOC letter to the customs. That will be, I think, more than adequate. The moment the product description changes, then you will have to, of course, get a fresh NOC for
Of
the
course.
different product.
Of course. I got it. I got it.
Yeah, thank you.
Sinha sir, one more question. Suppose we got the license, and as you said, initial license is for the 1 year,
Yes.
and there are some IS standards are mentioned. Let's assume that in middle of the year, BIS or the Indian standard get updated. Let's say from 2018, it got updated to 2024 version. So the
Yes.
license has to go for the renewal, or like how it will be done?
No, nothing. You have nothing to do. Your license will continue for a year. Say a standard is a dynamic document. You should
Yes.
understand. A standard is a dynamic document, and technology is changing fast, very fast. There may be certain test methods. There may be chemical test method, structural test method that may be added through an amendment to the standard. Now, that amendment doesn't require your license to be modified or renewed or something like that. What will happen if the moment a standard is amended or something like that? So, at the time of implementation of that modified implement, there is a specific timeline given for that implementation of the amendment. So, before that timeline, you should get your modified tested inside your testing laboratory, or get it verified, tested in the BIS approved laboratory, and submit to BIS whatever be the requirement. Your license will continue, whatever be the amendment. So it's like that. You don't need to take a new license, or neither you need to get your license renewed further. It is already endorsed. There is an endorsement sheet. Okay. So that will say that yes, this company has this modified product with this much amendment is covered in this license.
Okay, sir. And so second one more last question. It's regarding this minimum marking fee. So in the
Ji.
past now, minimum marking fees, like it's going to be like in the tons or in the pieces, like okay, it's for 100 ton, this is the marking fee. And moment
Yes.
I cross 100 tons, I have to go for a further marking fee or like that, or how it's.
Yes, no. See, this license fee, minimum marking, annual license fee or annual marking fees, BIS has fixed a very small quantity, and I should say a general quantity, which an industry usually manufactures. Okay. Say 48,000 rupees means, if you calculate that, for example, I tell you, in a year you are manufacturing 480 tons of a particular product under a particular IS chart, 480 tons. So what they have done, rupees 100 per ton is the marking fee they have fixed. So the moment you are producing 480 tons till up to 480 tons in a year, so your marking fee and your production is within that marking fee. Fine. If you are, the moment you cross 480 tons in a year, for example, in a particular financial year, you have produced, say, 600 tons. So your minimum marking fee up to 480 tons is already paid. So the difference of 480 and 600 on the pro rata basis, you will be charged at the time of renewal of your license. And that pro rata is 100 rupees per ton, something like that. So this is how it works, minimum marking fee. And as per my experience, only large scale units or maybe some medium scales maybe are crossing that minimum marking fee standard. Most of the cases in our India, the industries are in the micro scale, medium scale at the most. They are rarely crossing the marking fee, but depends again on the scale of production and the customers' orders. This is how it works, marking fee.
Sinha sir,
Ji.
one more question. Assuming that one category of our screw does not come under the BIS certification,
Yes.
and Aleph India is helping us to get the NOC from BIS.
BIS or the ministry, yes.
From the ministry, yes, sir. In such cases, if we can only mention the category of a screw which does not come under the BIS certification, or we
Yes.
should also mention the specific sizes of that category of screw.
No, category of screw you are referring to against certain ISS standard, no?
No, sir, non-IS standard, which does not come under the BIS certification.
How do you know it doesn't come under the BIS certification?
Yeah, after the verification from your team, sir. From Aleph India team.
Suppose you are manufacturing certain screw.
Yes.
Hexagonal screw you are manufacturing, and you say it is not covered. But
Yes.
you have to give, say, screw is covered is in certain IS 1363 part 2, hexagonal head screw, size from M5 to M64. Fine.
Yes, sir.
And you say that I am importing this or I am manufacturing this screw, and simply say this is not covered under this IS 1363. But how do I know which screw you are referring to? You have to give dimensional details and or structural details, manufacturing details also, so that somebody will compare whether this is covering in this standard or not.
Okay.
So,
yes, sir, I understand. We have to give all the technical data.
You will have to give. Only then either BIS or the line ministry will give you a certificate that this data, this technical data based on which the product has been manufactured is not covered under this IS so and so. That certificate will help you in producing this item and selling in the domestic market.
Thank you, sir. That clarifies my doubts. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think we have explained most of the queries of our participants. I think and any query, any relevant things, if you still feel Renu has already given you shown you the slide for, you can still contact Aleph India in terms through email, through phone calls, and your queries will be resolved. And as
Can you please, yes, that's what we require.
As I said, that we can take assistance and clarifying you also that whether your product covers or not, that assistance is Aleph is also providing that technical assistance. So I think this information should be quite good enough for so many industries who are just coming under or likely to come under this quality control orders. They should take advantage of this information and then do the business without waiting for that this quality control order will get extended, because it may get extended, but chances are little, or still it may, your extension will not serve your purpose. The best thing is you prepare yourself for this requirements and compliance to this QCO. I think that is the best way.
Sir, good afternoon. My name is Natraj from Toyota Shusho. So regarding, we are importing from the different supplier partners. So in especially from our supplier side, the supply chain works like they will manufacture, and also the process is involved some subcontracting. Then the parts will come to the other maker, like they will do the packing. So there are manufacturing, subcontractor and packing. 3 different location it's happening. In this case, how many license we need to get?
No, but final product you are manufacturing or importing, where are you getting it?
We are getting from Japan. So in Japan, actually from the supplier we need to get the license basically. In supplier, he will start the manufacturing, getting the raw material. Then after that, during the manufacturing itself, part will go to the some subcontracting. Then
Yes.
after the it will come back to the manufacturer again. Then he
Yeah.
will send in the bin to the packing company.
Yes.
Then done by the packing by other company. So like this,
Yes.
there are three processes are there mainly. So considering this three process, how many license are is going to be
No,
involved in that?
only one license. Only one license. Usually, license is granted to the main manufacturer, not the subcontractor. The person, the manufacturing unit, who has initiated the production, and they can do some subcontracting of the parts of the product, and it is coming back to them, and then doing it packing. So ultimately, the onus is on the manufacturer, whose name is appearing on the product as a manufactured by. So
Okay.
so that will have to, they will have to apply for a license for against these standards. Not
Okay.
the packing unit. Packing unit has nothing to do, or subcontracting or part units have nothing to do, nothing to adhere to this quality control order. It is the manufacturer who is responsible, who has produced the material, who is responsible for ensuring this QCO is implemented.
Okay, understood, sir. Adding to that, sir, now 21st January is the due date considering the present notification. Because we are a trading, we are importing the parts and we are supplying to the end user. So
Yes.
if I import the part and keeping in my warehouse this QCO applicable parts, is it allowed to sell the parts after 21st of January?
After 21st of January, it will be already implemented, na?
Implemented. Example, already the existing order, whatever, in pipeline stock will come and I will keep it for a stock for 1 or 2 months.
No. No, I am very clear about it. The date of 21st January, even if the order pertains to the previous period,
Okay.
you cannot sell after 21st January. In fact, the QCO is very clear, or any other things, that any previous orders or nothing has either to be returned back to the manufacturer or destroyed, something like that.
Okay. As a manufacturer can keep the stock for some days and he will use it. He can use it.
He can use it, get the license, and then mark it and then sell it. But without marking, no marketing after 21st January, unless it is extended, of course.
Understood.
Yes.
Sir, as you talk about marking, so the fasteners are the small component. So the marking are must to be on the component, or it can be on the packaging.
No, I think it depends. There is a marking clause given on the standard, but if sometimes, usually on the product itself, there is a marking given for the nuts and the bolts and things. There is a marking through a stenciling or embossing or something like that. That is given on the nuts and bolts itself.
Like example, sir, like we are from Sundaram Fasteners, so we have the TVS logo on the product of bolt. So we do we require to mark ISI or BIS on the top of the head, or or like our logo is being approved?
No, logo is not there. Once you get the license, you will be permitted to use BIS mark, ISI mark, what we call that, and how and where it has to be applied. That is given in the contract of the license, so that your product is not, not on the head. The moment you use it on the head, it cannot be, ensured that whether the product is ISI marked or not after it is used. So it will be at certain locations, maybe on the side, or maybe sometimes on the packets itself, if it is so small or something like that, that will be required. But I think on the product itself, you have to mark whatever be the small quantity. In the case of hallmarking, in the gold and silver things, very laser marking is done on the articles of gold, and which cannot be seen by the naked eye, but they can be seen by a magnification of 10 times 10x magnifying glass. But it has to be on the article itself, it cannot be on the packets. Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
Yes. So it's like that. So that marking has to be a requirement for this. So these are the addresses which is given, email, website also, the telephone number. You are requested to be in touch with these numbers for any or further queries and all that.
We
Okay.
will get this PPT by email.
Yeah, there's an email also given now in this.
Oh, no, I mean the this presentation which was done here. Can we get this presentation on our emails?
We'll see that whether this presentation can be given. I shouldn't be any problem. It's a
Yeah.
fact. What has been presented is a fact. There's nothing to be hidden from here.
Yes.
So we
Yeah,
can.
for our internal discussion, it will be useful if you can send us, because we are already in touch with your team. So they can email
But,
us. Yeah.
but what is important that these presentations sometimes they become intellectual property also.
Okay.
But that can be seen, that will be looked into whether if it is not, that can be shared, because see what I have shared is the BIS process of getting
Yes.
a license. That is nothing, it is a very much available on BIS website.
Yeah.
And as regards to the gazette notification and the quality control order, this is also available on the
That is
net.
also available.
Everything is there. So there's nothing specific about this. So I think that can be thought of by Aleph India and can be shared if there is no any other issue.
Thank
Okay.
you so much. Yeah.
Thank
Sinha
you.
sir, Sinha
Yes,
sir,
sir.
one more clarification. Now, your statement that the product cannot be sold after 21st of Jan 2024, and specifically we being importers, and we used to stock material, say around 10 containers at a time in our warehouse, and it
Okay.
takes some time to be sold in the market. It doesn't move so fast. It takes some months to be sold. But
Mhm.
if you say that we cannot sell the material if it falls under BIS certification after
Yes.
21st of Jan 2024, then what
Yes.
should we do with the existing material in hand, Sinha sir? Because the supplier will not accept the material back.
See, technically, and I should say officially, I should say, ask return the material to the manufacturer, and you should apply. And in the meantime, prior to 21st of January, you should apply for a grant of a license, and the same material should be tested as per requirement, and suitable marking be done as per this thing. But I will not say that since the order is of previous month and something, when this quality control order was not applicable, now I can sell it. It is not permitted. I am very clear in this way that if the material is caught after the quality control order issued and you say this is our previous materials, then you are violating the quality control order.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Then we should be very clear of selling the material before 21st of, yeah, that means the deadline, that before the
Yes.
deadline. Otherwise, we have to return it back, or we can give a complete account of the stock that we have to the ministry beforehand.
Yeah, you can get this material then, and to the this is how much we are having the stock. And if you can write to the ministry, and whatever, if they say okay, you get it tested, all the lots be tested as a requirements and permitted only a specific this. I don't know whether they will issue such authority or not. So it all depends who is because see, BIS, if you see the gazette notification, BIS is the implementing authority and also enforcing authority.
Yes.
So BIS is BIS implements this quality control order and also enforces it. Enforces means you catches anybody who is violating this thing. So in that case, you may have to write to this is the situation, what to do. Let BIS decide. But I am not aware of any such incidents where they have given exemption for that.
Understands. Thank you so much.
And I would like to say you that you can join our WhatsApp channel also for all updates on this matter. Aleph India has opened a WhatsApp channel in this regard.
Okay.
And then that can also be shared with you. And in addition to these things, so WhatsApp channel, through WhatsApp channel, you may get the updates, whether any extension has been done or something like that. So it can be done.
Yeah, we are already in touch with Mr. Sunil Yadav for our
Yes.
product updations.
Correct.
Sir, in such a situation, what is the consequences, sir? The penalty consequences?
Where?
Yeah, in case after 21st of Jan 2024, if we were caught having stock at warehouse, you said the consequences will be penalty, right, sir? They will impose penalty.
Yes, there are financial implications because anybody violating the quality control order, if you see there is a penalty under the BIS clause, there will be financial implications. And that's all. If you're violating any quality control order.
Yeah, that understands. Thank you so much.
Yes. Okay, if there are no more questions further, then I thank you everybody very much for joining this quite interactive webinar. And I advise you to be in touch with Aleph India through any of the means, so that you should be aware of the latest standards on this QCO. Okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you
all
so much,
ladies
sir.
and
Thank you so
gentlemen.
much.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.